The Frisco Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the teen's victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
Steve, Heather, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf had a bright future ahead of him. He was a leader on the football field and a scholar in the classroom. His dad told me he's holding on to memories and leaning deep on his faith as he tries to wrap his mind around this senseless tragedy.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have an update on this story. This is a tragic story, but as we know, this event, it began when a suspect, Anthony, he was sitting under another team's track tent when it began to rain. He was told to move because it was their tent, they set it up. So several witnesses, they back up the exact same story. When he was told to move, he reached into his backpack. He said, "If you touch me and see what happens." So the victim, who is Metcalf, either pushed him or he grabbed him to make a move. And at that point, right, the suspect, Anthony, pulled out a knife from his backpack, stabbed the victim in the chest. So I've been escorted off the field. The police stated that they have the alleged suspect, and then Anthony, he replied saying, "It's not alleged, I did it." Anthony's family, they're saying that he stabbed Metcalf, and this is all based on self-defense. Me personally, I don't think a push warrants stabbing somebody. I don't think his life was in danger. But at the same time, I do believe that the victim, Metcalf, should have kept his hands to himself. This life is not a game. Don't physically touch people, especially when they're told not to. Ultimately, I believe that emotions got the best of both of these individuals, but ultimately, Anthony, who's the suspect, he committed an inexcusable act and he should be severely punished. Whatever comes with that. Us as a people, as a human race, we should learn how to control our emotions, but this should have never escalated to a lethal level. I remember reading one time, this was about the U.S. military, that that we're not powerful because of our weaponry only, but we have the capability to use it, and we have the will as well. So the suspect, Anthony, he didn't only have the capability, but he was willing to stab somebody and to kill him. And I think that that's the difference between other people who may have carried knives, that this guy said, "Hey, I will do it," and he actually did it, which kind of separates him from others, because this small incident turned into a major act of violence, which took a life, and ultimately it really took two lives, because this guy, he absolutely will be prosecuted. The suspect family, they're backing him up, saying that this was self-defense. As stated earlier, they're saying that he was a good student. I don't think good students carry knives, and if they do, they're not willing to use them over such a small incident, such a small infraction. Usually the people who carry knives and who are willing to stab, these don't grow up to be professionals and scholars. These don't grow up to be engineers and doctors and people who actually propel their community to new heights. Okay, they don't usually grow up to be productive citizens. It just is what it is. He was probably not going to be an astronaut, but nonetheless, um, he did what he did, and it was absolutely terrible. Um, Especially me seeing this as another black person committing murder. It actually, I mean, it rips out my heart because we're only 13% of the population. That's the reason why I worded this video 13% of the wizards casting 50% of the spells, because at 13%, we are upwards of 50% of all murders. And this was the case during COVID. We were 13% and we killed half of the US population. And not only that, we are number one in almost every criminal statistic. So a lot of people, right, they let this stuff slide. But as you see, people are taking this more and more seriously. I don't think that this was a race issue or a political issue. It was an emotional issue. I did a little bit of research on the FBI statistics, and I looked at car thefts, murder, assault. I looked at rape, right? The four big ones. And car theft, who was number one? Blacks. Murder, who was number one? Blacks. Assault, who was number one? Blacks. Rape, who was number one? That one, actually, it was Native Americans. And so I'm not saying that I'm happy about that, but I'm just saying that we are not the leading cause in the rapes. So ultimately, hey y'all, we are 13% of the population. We are responsible for almost 50% of all the murders. And I believe that the only way to fix this, the only way, and this answer is found in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, that's to fear God and to keep his commandments, for this is our whole duty. There's nothing else that's going to fix our problems except for that. So I'm not going to stand behind any other way for the rest of my life. I don't care what symposium they're having or conference or new plan. Our only plan is to fear God and keep his commandments, which is going to give us a great deal of benefits. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.